Hello guys, welcome back to the new video. So in this video we're gonna make this awesome restaurant website using the Elementor and the WordPress. So you can see that we have this beautiful restaurant website. So let me refresh this page and I'm gonna show you what are the things we're gonna make in this video. So you can see that after refreshing we have this type of slider, and you can see that we can also slide this slider by using this by using these buttons. Also you can see that when I slide we have this type of animation. So let me show you the animation from the top. Okay, so after that you can see, after refreshing you can see we have this type of animation, and also when I move to the next slide we have this type of animations here. Also you can slide this by using this. Okay, and also you can slide it by using the mouse cursor like this. Also you can see that when we scroll below, then this part of the header is always sticky at the top, so we have this sticky header at the top like this. Also you can see that here we have the logo, here we have all of types of menus. So here we have the home, about, menus, testimonial, blogs, contact, and this is the button. And here also you can see that we have this type of hover effect on this menu. So we have this about, menu, testimonial, blogs, contact, and also you can see that this slider is auto sliding. So I will show you how you're gonna make this type of awesome slider using the Elementor and the WordPress. Okay, so let's go below. And you can see that here we have this about us section, and here you can see we have this type of beautiful layout. Here we have this type of 18 plus types of burgers, we have online food delivery. Here we have this type of transparent background here, and also you can see that here we have this type of images behind. Okay, so let's refresh this again, and after refreshing let me show you the animation of this one more time. So you can see that here we have the sequence animation, that things are coming one by one. So this is called the sequence animation, and I will show you how you can add this type of animations in your website. Okay, so let's go below, and here you can see that we have our food menu. Here we have this type of hover effect on this. So you can see that when I hover, then we have the white background here, and also this image will go up like this. Also you can see that here we have all of the pricing and all, so user can check out all of the special menu. Okay, here we have this type of banners here. So here you can see that we have the first banner, and this is the second banner. Here we have the CTA button, accept this deal. Okay, so let's go below. Here you can see that we have the popular menus, so all of these latest food items. So we can also refresh it, and I will show you the animations here. Okay, so you can see that if we go from the top to bottom, we have this type of animations, and here we have this type of food menus. Here you can see that we have the chicken must try, and we have this type of layout. Here we have this type of image. Then we have one more CT section. This is like this, and we have accept this deal and this type of circular image. Okay, so let's go below. Here you can see that we have this type of layout also. Here we have opening hours, so when our stores are open and closed, so we have all of this information here. Here we have this type of button, so you can just click on this and call to this number. Okay, so let's go below. Here you can see that we have the customer sliders. So here you can see that happy customers, our customer feedback, and here we have the awesome slider. You can slide it by using the mouse cursor. Also you can slide by this, and also this is the auto slide, and I will show you how you're gonna build this type of custom slider for the website also. Okay, so let's go below, and here we have the news and blog section. So you can see that our news and blogs. Here we have this type of layout. Here you have the read more button. Okay, and here we have all of the rates and all. Okay, so I will show you how you're gonna build this type of news and blog section also in your website by using the Elementor. And at last we have this beautiful footer. So you can see that here we have the jelly type of effect at the top of the footer, and also we have this type of social icons, and this type of social icon you can link to their respective handles. Okay, here we have the links. Here we have the home, about, services, blogs, and contact info, and here with the newsletter. Then at last we have the copyright section. Okay, so you can see that, and also you can see that when we go to the respective section, then this part of the menu will highlight. Suppose we are on the testimonial, then this is highlighted. Then we are on the blogs, then this is highlighted. So also we have this scroll to the button. If I click on this button, it will take me to the top of the website like this. Also when you click on this about, it will take you the about. Similarly for the menu, testimonial, blogs, and content we don't have mentioned yet. So I will show you how you're gonna give this type of effect also in your website. Okay, so now let me show you the mobile responsive of this website. So let's go to the mobile part of the website, and here in the mobile part you can see that this website is totally responsive. So let's refresh this once, and I will show you that we have the animation working in the mobile part also. So here you can see that we have this type of layout and all of these sliders are fully working. Here we have the mobile menu like this. Here we have this reservation. So let's go below. Here we have the about us section where we have this type of layout. Here we have this thing. Then here we have the menu, special menu. So we have this type of menu here. Okay, and also you can just click on this. So like this. So it will work in the mobile also. Here we have this type of banner. Okay, and here we have the popular menu. And where we have this type of layout, you can see. Okay, and here we have the special offer and combo. Here you have accept this deal like this. Here we have this type of opening hours. Okay, so you can see what are the timings and all here, all are mentioned. And here we have the happy customers, and this slider is also working here like this. So you can see, you can just slide it using the mouse cursor. Also you can slide like this, and this is auto slide also. Okay, so let's go below. Here you have the news and blog section. So right now you can see that we have this issue, but I will show you how you can fix that. Here we have the news and blog section. All of these sections are there. Then we have the about us section, means this is the footer which is responsive for the smaller screen also. Here we have the social icons. Okay, then we have these menus. Here we have the contact infos. Then we have the newsletter. Okay, all of these things are here. Also I will give you all of these images in the video description, so you can follow along with me. And I hope you're gonna understand what we're gonna make in this video. So, and I will give you all of these images in the video description. If you want to download this kit, if you want to buy this kit, you can check it out from the video description. All the links are there, and we are selling this kit at very affordable rates. Also we sell Elementor Pro, so you can check it out that also from the links in the video description. And so let's start making this fully restaurant website without wasting any time, and we're gonna build everything from scratch. Okay, so for making this website I have installed a fresh WordPress installation. So let me show you all the themes and the plugin which are required for making this. So let's first go to the themes, and in the themes you can see that we are using the Hello Elementor theme, which is the official Elementor theme. And let's go to the plugins, and in the plugins you can see that we are using the Elementor and it's a pro version. Okay, and after that let me go to the media option, and I'm gonna import all of the images. So I will give you all of these images in the video description, so you can follow along with me. Okay, so let's go here and we're gonna import all of these images. So you can see, let me find those images, and I will give you all of these images in the video description for free. So let me go to the top, and here I think we have this flavor locked all the images. So let me upload all of these images. Okay, so I will give you all of these images in the video description. After that I will show you how we're gonna make this. So you can see that here we have this type of website, and you can see we can also click on this. It's looking good. And after that what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the all pages. Then here we're gonna import we're gonna add a new page. So let's remove all of these things, and let's go to the add page. Okay, and here we can just go to the home. Okay, and here we can choose the default template, and we can choose Elementor full width, and let's publish it. Okay, then after that we can just go back, and here you can see we in the settings. Then go to the reading option. Here just choose the home page, and here also choose the export and save changes. Okay, after that when you go from here and you're gonna open the home page, so you can see that this page is always open. Okay, this page is always open. So you can see, so let's place it here because we're gonna copy things from here. So now what we're gonna do, we can just go to the pages, and we're gonna edit this. Okay, then we can click on this add with Elementor. Okay, now you can see we have this page which will contain all our live site which we save from here. Okay, so let's go here. So now you can see that if I go to the designs, we are gonna make this. So first we have to add these global colors and these fonts. Okay, so all of these fonts we need. So what we're gonna do, we can just click on this, and we're gonna choose the color picker, and here we're gonna pick a color, and let's first add the colors. We can go to this, and here we're gonna choose the site settings, and we're gonna go to the global colors, and here we have to set some colors. So let's choose the theme 1, theme red, and here we're gonna choose the, okay, I think this is, so here we're gonna go to this color picker, Here we're gonna choose this. Okay, so here we're gonna choose this. Okay, I think there is some issue. Let me copy this again. Okay, this is the first color. Now you're gonna see we have to find the black color. So for finding the black color, we can just click on this again, and we can just choose this. Okay, and this is the theme black, and here also we can have this black color. Let's save the changes. Okay, now if I go below, you can see that we have this color also. So let's go here, and here also we can add this color. Okay, and here you can see we have this theme BG, and here we can add this color also. Okay, now let's go below. You can see that all of these things are there. Now we can just click on this. Okay, now we have to make this font. So let's go here, and we're gonna use the font ninja. So this is the plugin. So this is the plugin where we're gonna check the fonts and all. So you can see that here we have the Lato regular bold. If I go below, here we are Marcellus, and this is the Marcellus, and for this we are using the Lato. Okay, so two fonts are there. One is Marcellus and second is Lato. Okay, now let's go here, save this. Let's go back. Here we're gonna go to the global fonts, and here in the primary we are gonna use Marcellus. Okay, and here also we're gonna use Marcellus. Okay, and this text is also Lato, and for the accent also we're gonna use the Lato fonts. Okay, now let's save the changes. Now let's go back, and here we're gonna go to the typography. Here also we're gonna set some global colors. So for the body we are gonna use the Lato font. Okay, and for the link also we're gonna use the Lato fonts. Okay, and for the H1 also we're gonna use the Marcellus. For H2 also we're gonna use Marcellus. For H3 also we're gonna use Marcellus, and for the H4 Marcellus. For the H5 also we're gonna use Marcellus. Okay, there are so many fonts, so let's choose everything so we don't have different layouts. So let's do this here. Okay, so all the things are done. Now let's cross this, and now we have to just refresh this one. So let's refresh this. Okay, so this is the main thing. So you can do so many things, but this is the main thing we're gonna do for making some to start our website. Okay, like this. Got it. Now you can see here we have to make this slider. So for making the slider, what we have to do, we have to just add a new container. Okay, and here we're gonna name this hero slider. Okay, now we're gonna do, here you can see we have the width of 1300. So here we're gonna go and write 1300 max width. Okay, like this, and here we're gonna make this everything in the center. Now let's make this 0 also. Now we're gonna search for the carousel like this, and here we're gonna have the 1, and this also 1. Okay, now we have to just go here. Here for the slide we're gonna make this full width like this, and if I go to below, here we have the empty. Here we guys have to just drag and drop this. Okay, now we have to just go full width, and here we're gonna make this like this. So here you can see we have this 30. So after that, inside this we have to use a new image. So let's go here and choose the new image. Go to the mirror library, and here we're gonna choose this image. Okay, now we have to go to this center and center, and here we have this default. Here we have the background size equal to cover. Okay, now here we can go to this 400. Okay, now this is the, I think we're gonna choose here 500 or 600. 500 is good. Okay, so this is good looking, and also everything is this. Now you can see we have this images here. So let me go here and add an image like this. Okay, like this. And here if I see, so we're gonna make this like this. Okay, and for the second slide we're gonna make this to this. Okay, so here also you can see that we have to remove, so everything is basically same, just we have to replace the images. So we can go to this carousel, go here. Okay, this is not the image, so we can go to this, just open this. So here we're gonna just change that image. So where is the image? Think this is the only, and this is the one image. Okay, this is also not. Now let me check. I think the image is not here, so let's choose this image only and publish. Okay, now you can also preview this from here. So if I go to this, and you can see we can preview this by here. So here we have to do some, I think, settings and all. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just make it this, and this is slide one, this is this. Now what we're gonna do, we have to just add some border radius. Okay, okay, now we're gonna go to the slide, and here we're gonna go to this border, and here we're gonna add the T. Now let's check. So this is also not working. We can try to add the border here. So this is also working. Now let's try to add the borders here. Here we can add the border here also in the container. So here we can add this to 30. Okay, so this is done. Now let's refresh this once, and here we have the flower loft 2. Okay, like this. So this is looking good, but I think this is a little bit smaller. So what we can do, we can just go to the carousel, go to slide, and here we have this container. Here also we're gonna make this 550, I think, and we're gonna make this 600. Okay, here also you can make this 600. Now you can see this is looking good, and now you can just refresh this from here. Okay, and here if I go to this container, here you can see we have the 600 value. Now let's refresh this, and after refreshing you can see we have this only you have to change this image. So let me download this image here, and we can go here, and we're gonna search for the, and copy this. You can see we have the slider working. Only one thing is left, we have to add this arrow. So for adding the arrow, we can just go to the carousel, go to content, and here you can see we have the settings. Just disable all of these settings. Okay, disable all of these things. Now we have to go to the arrows. So first we have to change this all. Navigation would be arrow, and the pagination we don't want. I don't want. So now you can see here we can go. Here you can create any random image. Suppose I want to choose this image, I can choose, and let's choose the same image for this. Them also like this. Okay, now you can see we have these arrows. So now we can go to the styles. Here we have the navigation. Here we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, and here we can just make it 0. Okay, so in this way you can add this. Only one thing is that we have to make this 30 pixel from the there, and this is we have to add 30 pixels. Okay, now everything is looking good for the slider. So let's now refresh this. And after refreshing, you can see that we have these dots here, and also we can slide by using the mouse cursor. Okay, so in this way we can make this slider. So now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this outer section. Okay, now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this layout. So for making this, we're gonna just add a new container. Okay, and here we're gonna write about. Now you can see we have to add this. So for that we're gonna use the 1300, and here we're gonna make this edit to the top, edit to the bottom. Okay, now we're gonna just search for this divider here. Okay, and here we're gonna just make this, and here we're gonna write this about us. And we can make everything in the center. Okay, and here we're gonna make this to 15. Here we can make this 3. This, and we're gonna go to the text. Here you can see we have this red color. Okay, now let's increase this, and we're gonna make this to 20. 18 is also looking good, and also for the divider you can have this weight less. Okay, and after that we have this text here. So here we're gonna make this to 500. 600. Okay, this is looking good. Now let's publish this. After that we have to make this. So for making this, what we're gonna do, we can just add a new container here. No, sorry, no, the container, the heading, and we're gonna just copy this from the here. You can paste it here, or if you paste it not work, you can just randomly copy this and paste there, and if not, then you can just type there. So for this theme black, and here we're gonna just increase the size of this. Okay, we can make this to 45, and here you can see we have this advanced tab. Okay, now we can just adjust and like this, and we can make this everything in the center, and let's publish. Now what we have to do, we have to just add the 2 boxes. Let me add the 2 boxes. Okay, one word is for the left. Okay, and here we can just duplicate this. Okay, now you can see this is the main container, so we can just make it like this, and also we can make everything at the top like this. Okay, now inside the first one we can add the 2 container also. Okay, now you can see we have this. We can make everything in the 0. Okay, now we can also duplicate this, and we can go to the left, and we can make everything in the center again. Okay, here we have to give some width, like for 50 to this is, and 50 to that. Then here we can just make it to like this, and for this we're gonna add a new image. Okay, and the image would be, I think I also don't have that image, so let me go here. I think I have the image. No, that image I don't have. So what you have to do, okay, so here we have this image, right? And here we can make everything okay, and here you have the border radius 20. Here we can make this 60, and here we can make this to 40. Okay, now let's publish this one. So after that you can see we have the 18 types of variants and all. So inside this we have to add the 2 containers. Okay, let's delete this. And here we can just make it this, and after that we have to add a new image here. Okay, and here you can see which image is this. This is the simple image. This okay, then after that we can go to this. Here we have this border radius, and this would be 20. Okay, and here we can just make it this. Okay, and here you can see we have this counter value. Okay, and here we have the 18 plus clients. In plus okay, here we have the 18, here we have the suffix, and here we have the in plus clients. There also we can make everything to the 0. Okay, and here we can increase the size of this. Let's increase the size to 4950, or we can also use 55. Okay, whatever you want. And you can also make this you can go to the text, and here we can make this. Okay, here we have the 600. So in this way we can also add a border radius here by clicking on this. We can go to this, and here you have the border, and we can make this to 20. Okay, and here you can see we have this. So after that we can just open this left. Here we have the 2 containers. Okay, though we can click on this. Here we can also make this left one. Okay, so here we have the left, here we have the right. First box is this, first box is this. So we can just go here. Here we can make everything in the center, or we can make space between. Okay, everything in the center, or like this. So here also you can see, here also we can have this. So what we can do, we can just have this here, and here we can make this, and after that we can just let's publish this first. Okay, so now you can see that the height of this is little bit weird. So what we can do, we have to see, you can see we have this to left, and here we have the right. Okay, so let's name this right, and inside this we have the inner, and this is the inner. So now you can see we have to go to this, and here you can see we can what we can do, we can just go to the left. Okay, so let's see. Here you have this container, then inside this you have the left and right. Okay, so in the left side, if I go below, you can see we have two inners. Okay, so the first inner would be, let's, it is 60%, now let's make it 55, and for the second inner we can make this 45. So this is looking good. Now we have to add this. So for that we can just go here and we can drag and drop a text editor. Okay, and here we can just copy this. Okay, and here we have this, and here also we can have this 60, 80. So now what we can do, we can just add a grid here. Let's add a grid. You can see this is 1 by 1. Okay, so we have this 2 here. Let's make this 0. And now what we have to do, we have to just add this. So for adding this, what we can do, we can just use the icon box here. So let's use the icon box. But in the icon box, I think there is some issues. Okay, no issues are there. We can use this. So we can make this tagged, and we can use any random icon. Suppose I want to use this icon. You can use the icon according to you. Right now I'm using the random icon. Okay, like this. Then go to icon. Here we can make everything white. Okay, and here we can just increase and decrease the size of this. So we can make this 40. Okay, and here you can see the box. So we can make everything in the center. And here we can just go to this, and here we can just click on this, and we can just copy this. Okay, and here you have the content. So in the content can make this black, and we can make this like this. So here you can see we have the icon, and for the icon we want the primary color to be black right now, and in morning we can make this white again. Okay, and here also we can go to this content. Okay, and here we can just and here also we can make this to convert. So what we can do, we can just add a new container. So here you can see we can just remove this. Okay, so we can just add the gaps here. First we're going to go to the borders. Border radius equal to solid 10. Okay, so this is the border. Make this one. Radius equal to 20. Okay, so if we can also preview this here, this is looking good. Now we can just copy this and paste it here. Okay, now we can just go here. So now you can see we can just change the fonts and all. Here you can see we have these images. Let me show you how we're going to put this image also. You can just add a drag and drop. Okay, let's drag and drop here. So this is the first image. Okay, and here we can just make this position absolute. So you can just choose it like this. Okay, now let's publish. And here also we have this flower. Okay, and here also we can just choose this, and here we can use this graph. Okay, and here we can make this width custom. Okay, and now let's publish this. After publishing, let's go here and we're gonna refresh this, and after refreshing you can see we have this section also fully working and ready. Okay, now let's you can see this is final, and here this is final. Okay, and here you can see we have this container. This is the left side, and this is the right one. Okay, everything is looking good. Just we have to increase the left side spacing and right side spacing. So right side spacing and make this full width here in, so we can make this to 40. Okay, we can make everything in the center like this. Okay, and here we can just make this to. Okay, and here also we can copy this like this. So this is done. Now let's publish. You have to just play with this content. Now I can just, if I go below, you can see that this section is also ready. Only this is coming here. So what we can do, we can just copy this and paste it here. Okay, now we can just go here and refresh, and after refreshing you can see, so this is looking like this. So what we can do, we can just make this z index 1, and here in the about us we can make okay, let's publish this one. Now if I go below here, and here for the z index we have the 1, right, and for the about we have z index 100. Now let's see, this is gone below. Now let's publish. Now let's go here and refresh. Okay, two sections are done. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this special menu section. Now let's make this section. So for making this section, what we're gonna do, we can just add a new container like this, and here we can say code menu. So let's write here code menu, and here we can write 1300. Okay, and here we can add a T to the top and to the bottom, because here we're gonna use the theme bg color like this. Now we have to just search for this, and we can paste it here. We can search it also, and we can paste it here, and here we can just copy this food menu. Okay, and here also we have this heading, so our special menu. Okay, now let's publish. Okay, now we can just go here, we can go for the grid. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Here we can have this 4 by 1, and now we can do, just go here and we can add a new container, make this white. Okay, and here we can make this 3, the border radius make this to 20. Okay, now we can add the image here. Okay, and here we can just go here, and here we can make everything in the center, and here we can just copy this. Okay, and here we can just have this. Okay, now let's publish this one, and after that you can see that we have this type of layout. So what we have to do, we have to just add a simple layout for this. Okay, inside this we have the two more container. Okay, so in this way what we can do is to just add the two containers here, and inside this you can add a new container. Now let's duplicate this, and we can also make this. Okay, and here we can make this 10. Okay, and here you can see we have this too. We have to make this right bottom. Okay, and here you can see we have $81,000. So we can just copy this, paste this here, and here we can try it $81.00. Okay, and here we can make this to white. Okay, and here you can see we have these stars. Okay, now you can see we have to give this a border. Let's give this order. Okay, so here we can make this like this. Here we have the border radius of 10. Okay, here also we can make everything in the center. And here also we can make this sitting, and here we can give the spacing of this like this. Okay, this is done. Now we have to add this para below. So for the para we can just copy from this to this. Okay, and we can make everything in the center, and here you can see we can copy this and we can make this in the center. Okay, this is done. Now let's me go here, and here we can name this here we can name this menu. Okay, now what we can do, we can just check all of the things are working. Now let's me go to the menu. Okay, so this is done. Now let's me copy this. So for that we can just go here. Okay, now you can see here in this color I'm gonna use the same color, and like this. Okay, and here you can do this normal. So in the normal we have this simple color. Okay, and here we have this menu, here we have this menu for the hover. Okay, and here you can see here this so this color would be this theme BG. Okay, let me publish this, and you can also make this transparent. Let's make this transparent. Okay, and here also we can make everything in the white. Okay, then we can just duplicate this, and you have to just copy these things there. Okay, let's publish. Now after refreshing, if I go below and if I refresh, so you can see that we have this menu fully working. Also this white are working. Also only you have to change the content. Now let's go to the final section, next section where we're gonna build this. So now I will show you how we're gonna build this awesome CTS. So for that you can see here this layout. So now let's go below. Okay, then after that we can just go here. After that we can just make it like this. Okay, we need 2 banners. So here we can write CTA, here we can write 300 max width. Okay, and here we can just make this center. Okay, so you can see that this is also working. So now let's do one thing. Now let's go to the CTA, go to styles, and here we're gonna make everything in the black. Okay, now you can see we have this 400. Let's publish, and now what we can do, we can just and here we can just make it 0. So now we can do just add the image in the first one. Okay, and now you can see we have to choose that image. So first we're gonna choose the image. Okay, now we have to just find this image. So let me choose this. Okay, like this, and now we have to just save the changes. Now you can see we have this type of layout. Now let's go here, and here the layout. Okay, now we have to add this, so let me add this, and here also we can make this. Okay, here also like this, and here we can make this everything in the white color. Now let me see which font is this. Okay, this we don't want the color picker to, we want the font ninja. So I think here we are using the dancing script regular. So for that we can change script regular. Okay, and here we can just add a container, means the heading. Okay, and here also we can make it like this. Okay, and here also we can make these things to uppercase. Okay, and here we can just increase the size of this 25, and for the div we can copy everything, and now one thing is copying. So let me go to this, and we can add a button here. Okay, and here inside this button it is saying as accept this deal, and here you can see in this we have this white color, and this is the black color. Border radius would be 100, padding would be 15, and here also we can make this to 30. Okay, and here we can just make this like this at 30. Okay, now we can just go here and we can delete everything. Okay, now we have this, so can add the 80. Okay, and here we can just add this to 40. Okay, let's publish. And this one also we can make this, so you can see all the things are coming there. Now let's click on this, go to layout, and here we can make everything in the center. Now let's go below. Okay, so this is done. Now let's refresh this again. After refreshing, you can see we have these things are fully working and responsive. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the latest food item section. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this popular menu. So you can see that for making this, what you have to do, you have to just add a new container here. So let's add a new container. Okay, like this, and here you can see we can name this popular menu. Okay, then after that we can add it here 1300 max width, and we can go to advanced and remove all of this unnecessary padding. Add 80 pixel to the top and 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, after that you can see we have this already this text here. So let me copy this text from the top. Okay, so we can copy this text here, and we can again copy this text. Okay, let's copy this text now. Okay, here we can make everything in the center by going to this and this. Okay, now we can also copy this like latest food items. So we can just copy this and we can just go here and paste it, and here also you can see we have the popular menu, so we can just copy this. Okay, and here also we can just go and we can paste this here. Okay, this is good. Also we can make this caps. If you want, you can just go here and you can just choose in uppercase, so it will be capital like this. Okay, let's save this. Now you can see we have to make this grid, and also we have these buttons here. So I'm going to show you how we're going to make this also. So for that you can see we have this column, so let's use the grid here. So we can go here, grid, we can just drag and drop this. Okay, you can see that we have 1 2 3 by 2 sections. So what we can do, we can just go here 3 by 2. Okay, so now you can see that we have this grid. Now what we have to do, we have to just go here, and here we can go to advanced and remove all of these paddings. Okay, now we can just add a container here like this, and here you can see we need 2 only, and the below is 3. So what we can do, we can just go to the grid here, and we can go to the layout, and here we can just make this 2, and here we can make this 3. So everything is done. I think this is the first container, so we can name this box. Okay, now we can go to advanced, and here you can see we have some paddings also. So I think right now we can add the padding. So let's add the padding of 20 pixel and add the padding of 30 pixel also. Okay, now we have to add the border. You can see we have the border here also, so we can go here and we can just choose this solid, and here we can choose 1 pixel. Okay, and here we can choose the border color like this, and we can have some border radius also 20. Now we can add 3 containers below inside this. So this is the one. Remove excess padding. Okay, remove this padding, and you can also remove this padding. It is the 2 and it is the 3. Then we have the box here, and we can go here, and here we can just make this like this. Okay, now you can see we have this image in this first box. So let's add the image first. So let's add this image, and we can choose this image. I think this image is, we can choose any random image, but you can put your own images. Okay, like this. Now you can see we have this heading and this text. For the heading we can try this. We can just copy this. Okay, here we can just copy this. Let's copy this classic chicken. Okay, and here we can just go here and paste it like this, and now we can just go here and we can increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, so you can see this is not looking good because we have this size bigger. So let's go here, and here we're gonna give like 20 pixel to this. Let's try. And for the last one also, I'm gonna give 20 pixel. So 20 plus 20 is equal to 40, then 60 is left, so we can give the 60 pixel to the rest of this. Okay, so you can see this is looking good now. Okay, now you can see we have to add this text. So for the text also, we're gonna copy this text here. Okay, so everything we have to build one, and then we can copy and paste that. Okay, so that's how we can design the website very faster. Okay, and this is like this. Now we can just add this pricing. So for the pricing, we can just add here this one, and here also we can add like $56. We can do it like this, and here we can just go, and here we can just increase and decrease the size of this, like we can choose 35 is looking good. Okay, here also we have some padding. So what we can do, we can just make this like this, and here we can have 10. Okay, we can increase the font of this. Okay, like this. Now we can just make this. Okay, like this. Also we can choose the box here, and we can also add the grid here like 40. Okay, so this is looking good. Now what we have to, so now you can see that we have this button here. So for adding the button, we can use the absolute property. So that's how you can place the button anywhere, wherever you want. So here we can try it, must try, and here we can add this red, and we can add this button here. Okay, then you can just choose the fonts whatever you want, like we can choose the latter fonts here. So this is fully customizable. You can just go here we can like this. Now we can just go here and add the padding. Okay, and here also you can see we have the typography option, so we can just make this 13. Okay, now let me show you how you to place this. So for that you have to just go to the additional. Here you can see we have the position value, go to absolute, and now you can just place it anywhere. Suppose we want to place this like this. Okay, and we can also place this a little bit at the top, like we can place it like this. Okay, so you can place it wherever you want. You can also drag and drop this, but I should prefer place this here. So you can see this is looking good. I have like this. So this is done. Now let's save the changes. Now what we can do, we can just duplicate this box. So just duplicate this. Okay, we can duplicate this again. This is 3. Now we can duplicate this again. This is 4. Let's duplicate this again. This is 5. Okay, now we're gonna duplicate this one more time. So this is 6 now. So you can see you have to just replace all of this content, and the rest your whole grid is ready. You can just have some little bit spacing at the top from everywhere. Okay, you can just put everywhere spacing. You can just go here and also put the spacing if you want. Okay, that's totally depend on you what design you want to make. Now let's publish. So you can see right now we have all of this must try. So you can delete from someone, like we don't want to show here. So if you want, you can just delete this. Also, we don't want to show the must try here, you can delete this. Okay, so if you want to don't show the here also, you can delete this. So we have this only. Now let's publish. Okay, so this section is also done, I think. Let's me go here and we're gonna refresh this. And after refreshing, let's go below, and here you can see we have this fully section working. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this city now. So okay, so now let's move to this section now. Though this is a city section, so how to make this? So we can add a 2 section layout here. So you can see here we have the 2 containers, one for this and one for the second image. So now what we can do, we can just go here and we can add here CTA, and here also you can see we have 1300 max width. Here we can go to advanced and remove all of these paddings. Now let's add it to the top, add it to the bottom, and now let's add a background image here. So we can choose the background image. So let's choose the background image, like here we have this, I think. Okay, so this is not, we have to choose this black image. Okay, now we can go below, and here you can see we have this this container. You can also remove the padding of this, and we can also go here and we can just go here in advanced and remove all of these paddings. Okay, like this. Now if I go here, the container here, Here you can see we can just make the center and center, and display size would be cover. Okay, now you can see we have to add this. So for adding this, we're gonna use these fonts. So let's copy this. So you can see everything is copy and pasting while making the website on this. Just you have to make one time and just add your global colors and global fonts, then you are good to go. Now you can see we have this super catch offer, so we can just replace this. Okay, also we have this burger and curry, so we can just go here and we can just add it here. Okay, we can also have some custom like size here. This is looking good. Now we can have this paragraph, so we can just add here. Okay, just paste it here. Now you can see we can make this in the center. Here we can have some white color. Okay, now we can just go here and we can copy this text, go here, and here we can copy this. Okay, and here we can just add this. Okay, like this. And here also you can see we have the button. So for the button also we're gonna copy this from the top. Like here you can see we have two buttons, so let's copy this and we can just go here and paste this. Okay, you can see the button is in the red color and on hover it is getting to the white. So let's go here, and here we can have this background color to the red one, this to the white, and when you hover on this, this will become white and this would become the black color like this. Okay, also we can have the hover color, like we can add the bob effect like this. So this is totally depends on you how you can customize this. You can also customize this. Okay, feel free to do that. That's how you learn. Okay, I will also give you all the images in the video description to follow along. Also I will give you the full screenshot if you want to practice alone, so you can just go and you can do that also. Okay, all the things are there. Now you can see we have to make this in a circular. You can see this is in the circular. You can see this in the circular, but this is in the rectangle. So we can click on this, go here advanced. Here you will see we have the mask option, then do this, and here you can see we have this. So this is you know the size of this little bit reduced, so we can just go here custom and we can just play with the size of this, like we can have this 18. Okay, and we can also have this in like this. Okay, like this we can place in the center here. Okay, so this is looking good. Now let's publish. Now you can see we have this image at the top. So for adding the image, we can just add an image here. Okay, now let's choose the image. We can choose any random image, like let's choose this image. Okay, you can try any random image. So here you can see. Now what we have to do, we have to make this smaller. So let's make this smaller first, like this. Okay, and now we can just add the negative value here. So we can just go here, we can add the negative values like this. Okay, like this. Now let's publish. Okay, so this is done. Our city section is also done. Now let's try to refresh it here, and after refreshing if I go below, you can see this is looking good. Okay, where is it? This is looking good. Okay, so I think you understand how to make this section also. You can just make this height smaller. Okay, I think it's possible. Just reduce the size of this, and like here 70. Okay, like this. Now you can see we have to make this opening guard section. This is also very easy, but this is looking hard, but I will show you how you're going to do that. So let's move further and we're going to build this now. Okay, so now we have to do this. So for doing this, what we have to do, we have to just add a new container here and two section layout. Okay, now you can see we have this opening hours, so we can just go here. You can just add here timing. Here we can write 1300 max width. Okay, and here we can just add the 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Sorry for the background music, guys. I have a daughter 1.5 years old. I hope you understand. Now we can just go to the styles, and here we can just add the background. Like here we can choose this background. Okay, and here also we can have this here we can make this center and center. Okay, like this. Here we can make this cover. Okay, so this is looking good. I think you have to put some gradient, not gradient, overlay. So you can just go here, and here we can just add this type of little bit gradient. Okay, we already have this color theme BG. Let's increase opacity a little bit. So this is looking good, I think, kind of. Now we can just go here, and here we can just make this remove all of this padding. Now we can go to the second one. Also we can remove all of this padding. Okay, now you can see we have this image, and also we have the text above. So let's go here. We can first add the image. So we are visible with section. So we can choose this restaurant one, like here we can see. Okay, and above this we can add a para. Okay, para. So we can just add any random text. So like here I'm adding the restaurant, and here we can make this uppercase, and we can just increase the font size of this. Okay, you can also use a slider like this. Okay, like this, and here you can just make this white color. Okay, and I think here we have the opacity, or we can use the transparency like this. So this is looking good. I think this is visible. Also we can just go to this here, and here you can see this is inside the flex box. So we can make this, and here we can make this 0. So this will be stacked here. Also you can see this is not stacking. So what we can do, we can just go here, and we can just make this at the top. Okay, so this is adding in the hole, and go it, and we can just add it. Okay, like this. So this is looking good. Now let's publish this once. Now you can see we have to do this opening hours. Okay. Now you can see we can do this for this. So we can just go here, and we can add a new container inside it. So we are free to use that. We can make this white. Okay, and here we have the box shadow like this. Okay, we can also spread it a little bit, like we can make this more 20, and we can make this 10 by. Okay, and here we can just make it like this. Now you can see we have this container, and here we can just add the 30 pixel, 40 pixel. Okay, and now you can see we have the opening hours. So we can just go here, and here we can just add this. Okay, and here we can just add this opening hours. Okay, and here we can just add this, and here we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, here we can make this to 35. Now you can see we have the text here, so we can just go here, and here we can just add the text. Okay, and here we can just make this like this. Okay, and here we can just make this like this. Now you can see we have this one. So how are we gonna do that? So for that also we can just add a, you can use the grid if you want. Let's use the grid. Okay, this is goes outside. Let's put it inside. So we can use this one. Okay, and here we can use this 3. You can just remove all of this. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to just add this heading. So we can just copy this. Okay, first we have to add the container inside this. Okay, let's add the container inside this. Okay, like this, and here we can remove this. Now we can just copy this, and we can paste it here. You can paste it here. Okay, now you can see we have this. So now we can have this text here. Let me show you. We can use this. Okay, and here we can add this. Here also we can go, and here we can remove all of this, make this smaller like this. Now we have to add a divider. So let's use the divider inside this. Also we can make this like this. Okay, and here we can make this like, then we can have this to 20. Okay, then we can just copy this, and here we can add this time pen to 9. Okay, you can add any random time like this. Here we can just make it smaller. Okay, here also we can change the font. Here also we can change the font size of this. Okay, here also we can change the font size of this. Now we have this here, and we can make this like this. Now you can see we have the divider, so you can just go here and we can make this grow here. Let's make this grow. Okay, so this is not growing. What we can do, we can just go here, and here we can make this inline. Okay, and here also we can make this, let's make this inline. So you can see this is actually adapting the whole size, so we can try that. Okay, I hope you understand. Now what we have to do, we have to just go here and we can duplicate this multiple times, whatever you want, how many times, at least. Okay, just you have to replace all of this content like this. Okay, so this is also done. Now you can see we have to make this. So for making this, we have already built a thing like this, so let me show you. You can see this. So what we can do, we can just copy this, we can come here and we can just paste this below of this. Now use this icon box and just place it below. Okay, like this. Okay, like this. Now you can see we have this phone icon, so we can just go here, and here we can just search for the phone. Here we can search for the phone icon, and here you can see we have this red color. Here just we can put this red color, here we can put the red color. Okay, and here we can put this white, and here you can see we have this call anytime. Here just we can go here. Okay, and here we can also make this. Then we can just make this smaller here. Okay, and you can just go here and you can just make it larger. Okay, like this. And you can also just go to the box, and here we can make this 0 and add 5. Okay, so in this way, now we can just go to the content, and here we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Like we can make this, and we can make everything black here. Okay, and here also. Okay, so this thing how it goes. Here we can make the things like this. Okay, so this is looking great, and we can also add this 30 pixel to the top, and here you can see in the grid, we can go to the grid here, and we can just put some spacing between this. So let's put the spacing of 20, 30. Okay, whatever spacing you want, you can put it here like this. Okay, so I hope this is done. Now only we have to make this move here. So you can see we have this, this is the image container. Let's name this one, and this is the to container, and inside this we have this inner. Okay, this is the inner one. So now we have to just make this like we can use the em value, and we can make this move left and to the top. So for that, what we can do, we can just use it like this, like this. You can see how quick, how easy this is done. Now you can also preview this from here. You just preview it, so you can see this is done. Okay, so now let's publish this. You can see we have just built that. Also you can see that the image behind is sticky, and in the in our this is moving. So what we can do, we can just go to this main section, and here you can see we have this position. Let's make this fix. So when you fix this, this will be sticky at the top, sticky behind. Okay, so now let's go here and we're gonna refresh this. So you can see after refreshing, if I go below, you can see we have this opening hours, and this is looking good. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we can build this customer feedback section. Now for making this feedback, what we have to do, we have to just go below, and here you can see we have this type of layout, so we can add this, and here we can just feedback. Okay, and here we can write 1300. Here we can put the 80 pixel to top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and here also we're gonna choose the same color. So if you don't want to choose, you can choose some different color also for this section, but I'm gonna choose this. Okay, now we can just copy the things from here. Let's copy this. Okay, and we can just paste it here, and again we have to copy this heading, and we can paste this here. Now you can see we have this divider. Okay, now you can see we have this happy customer, so let's copy this happy customer here. Okay, now we can go here, and here we can write happy customers. Okay, here we can also make this 30. Okay, now we can just copy this thing here. This. Okay, this is done. Now let's publish this, and after that let me add a thing here. Okay, let's be here. Okay, now we have to add this slider. So you can see for adding the slider we have to add a new container first. Okay, like this. Let's remove all of this padding. Now we have to add the two section here. So this is the one section. So here we can write main, and this is the img. Okay, and we can just duplicate this, and here we can just make it like this. Okay, now we can just drag and drop this, and I will give you all of these images, so we can use the image like here. I think I don't have that image, so let me go here, and we're gonna copy that image, save this image, this, then we can just go here and we can upload this image. Okay, like this. You can see this already have this all these things. I already built that in Figma. Also you can build this in the Canva. Now I'm using the Canva more for building these stuffs. It also has the cool AI feature. Okay, I'm also learning Canva. I still have to learn so many things here, means the AI part. Okay, so between that you can see this image is long like this, and here we have this. So let's name this reviews box. Okay, this is looking good. Now we can go to this main. We have to put some padding here. Let's put the padding of 40, 60. Okay, now you can see we have this. So now we have to add the carousel. So we can just drag and drop this carousel here. Okay, now you can see in the carousel we only want to show the one. So we can just go here and show the one, and here also we can show the one on scroll like this. Okay, now let's go here, and here you can just remove all of this padding. Here inside this you can see we have the 3 slider. So let's remove the next slider, and the first slider we can make this full width, remove all of this padding like this. Now you can see we have to add this. So let's search for the star. We can just drag and drop. Okay, so without that we have to just add a new container. Let's add the container first. It will be easy to manage things. You can see we have added a container inside this, and here we can write a review box. Okay, reviews, only review. You can make this full width, advanced. You can also add some padding here like 30. Okay, now we can search for the star, and we can just drag and drop this. Okay, and here we can just increase the size of this. Here we can just make this 6. Now you can see we have this heading, so we can just add this heading here. Okay, and here we can just awesome and delicious food. So let's add this here, awesome and delicious food. Okay, and here we can just make this black. Here we can increase the font size of this. Okay, here you can see we have this text here, so we can just copy the text anywhere. You can, if you don't understanding, we can just copy this text like this. Okay, you can see this is how it goes. You can see we can put it inside, and here we can just copy this. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna duplicate this multiple times. Okay, you can put your actual text here. and we can just go here and we can just increase the size of this. Okay, like this. And now you can see we have this line. So for the line, what we can do, we can just use the divider here, just add the divider. Okay, here also we can use this. Okay, this is we get the line. Now you can see we have this now. So for that, we're gonna just add the heading inside this divider. Okay, like this. Here we can just name this any name, like we can name this Rahul Mehta. Okay, and we can just make it black here, and here we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, and here also you can see we have this marketing one, so let's duplicate this here only, and here we can just write anything, like we can add anything like a web developer. Okay, like this. And we can make this completely uppercase. We can decrease the size of this, and we can make this red. Also, if you want, we can make the font of this letter. So this is looking good. For this, we can increase some fonts. Okay, and here we can just add this like this. This is good. Now let's publish. Now you can see we have to add this dots here. So for adding the dots, we need some multiple slides. We can go to the carousel. Here we can just make this 3. Now you can see we have these dots below. You can see dots are there. If you can check, these are the dots. Now let's go to this. Okay, so now let's go to this here settings. We want to show multiple times 3 in autoplay is on, pause on. However, you can just pause and see the setting. You don't want the navigation, you only want the pagination. Okay, now we can go to the pagination part, and here we can just increase the size of this. So let's wait for it to load once. Okay, now you can see we have to first make this color. Okay, now let's try to increase the size of this. You can see this is looking good. Now we have to place this in the left. So for that we can use the custom position like this. We can place this on the end. Okay, we can place this in the end. Let's wait for it. I think this is done. Now we can just use this property top here, right? So here just you can increase and decrease the size like this. You can just go to the top. Okay, like this. Okay, and you can just like this. You can just have this the inner part, so you can just add this. So you can place these dots anywhere. So you can see. Now let's publish. Now let me go to this, and here we're gonna refresh. And after refreshing, if I go below, you can see here we have this fully working, and this way is also sliding by clicking on these dots. Also you can slide it like this. Okay, so you can see how quickly we have built this whole layout feedback form. So now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this blocks and news. Okay, so for making the block section, what we can do, we can just add a new container here. Let's add the container, and here we can write these blocks. Okay, now you can see we can add this 1300 max width. Here we can also remove all of these paddings. Here add 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, now we can just copy this, and again we can just copy this, and you can just go here. Okay, here we can also make this center. Okay, here we can write news and blocks. Okay, and here we can also write our latest news and blocks. Okay, now you can just edit here and add this grid here. Here you can see we have the 2 section. Remove all of these paddings. Okay, we can just place it here blocks, and this is the one. Okay, so this is the main. Okay, so this is the box 1. We can just duplicate this, and this is the blocks 2. Okay, we can just put some padding at the top also, 30. Now you can see we have this boxes. Okay, now we can just add a image here. Let's find that image. Okay, and here you can see we need a box below that. Okay, so let me like this. Here also we can just add the padding of 40. Okay, and here also we can make this completely white. Here we can make this border box shadow like this, and here we can just make it smaller. First let's make this in the center. I hope you're understanding. If you are thinking that this video is going fast, please watch it at the 0.5x speed. Due to some time limitation and with my daughters, I really don't have time to record this in slow, but please don't mind, and you can watch it in the 0.5x. I hope this will help you for sure. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, so now you can see we have this container layout, and here we can just increase this little bit more. Okay, now we have to remove the extra space between this. You can see we have this extra space between this. Also we can remove that, and also you can see. Now let's build the inner part. Now we have to add this heading, one heading. So this is saying post by admin. Let me copy this. Okay, and here we can just make this uppercase. We can just increase and decrease the size, and here also we can use the text. Okay, then you can see we have this heading, so we can just copy this, and here we can just copy this like this. Here we can make this full width. Okay, and here we can just increase and decrease the size. So let's decrease the size. Okay, and here we have the read more button, so we can just copy this button here, and this button will say read more. Okay, make this 0. Okay, here also we can remove this. Here let's add this theme red. Okay, and here we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, like this. Also we can go here and we can put SVG, like we can use this arrow like this. Also you can put this in the right like this. So this is good. Now we can just go here 30. Okay, now you can see we have this section. So for that, what you can do, we can just add a container. Okay, let's first we're gonna make this red, so this is visible. Now we're gonna add some padding 30. So you can see in Elementor we can make designs, so you can just go to it like that. There you can see we have 30. For that we can just go here and we can add a new size here. So you can write here 13th. We can make this white. We can also increase and decrease this. Okay, here we can make this in the center. Okay, and here we can just add this May one, so we can copy this. Okay, here we can write May. This. Okay, and here you can see we can make this a little bit like 10, and we can make this 15. So like this. Okay, we can also make the size of this, like we can do like Lato. Okay, and here also we can just go here. Here we can make this to 0. Here we can make this. Okay, and here also we can decrease the size. Okay, this is done. Now we have to play this at the top, so we can use go here. We can name this date box. Okay, now we can go here, and here you can see we have this align cell, because this is a flex box. We can align this, and you can just choose this EM value. You can make this here. Okay, now we have to go to this container below. Here also we can put this to EM value. Now we can also place it at the top. This. Okay, so you can see this section is also done. Just we have to duplicate this, like we can just remove the next one, and we can just duplicate this. Now we can just go to these blocks here, and here we can just add the padding of 40 or 30, whatever you want to put there. Just change this fonts and all. Okay, now I think our whole sections are ready. Only our two sections are left, like we're gonna make the header and footer now. Okay, so you can see the whole website is done. You have successfully built the whole website. I think you have understood. Now only one thing is you have to just change this content. Now we have to make the header, this footer. I will show you how you're gonna make this type of footer. This is really looking good. Now we have the header. Okay, so now let's do that. So now let's make this footer first. Then go to the templates, open this theme builder. Okay, open this theme builder. Now you can see we have this. So for making this, I will show you how. Okay, now let's add this footer. Now let's add this footer. Okay, now you can see we have to add these two sections. So first we're gonna make the last one, then we can make the first one. Okay, let's add this. Let's wait for it to load, and we're gonna build that. Let's remove all of this. Okay, now let's add a container. Okay, like this. Here we can use this same color. So for this I'm gonna use the color picker tool. I'm gonna pick this color. Okay, this is the color. Now we can go here. Here we can make it the full width. Okay, and here we can just make it. Think this color is looking good. Now you can see we can just add some padding, 40 to the top, 40 to the bottom. Yeah, let's add some images. Okay, so this is the image we're gonna use. So let's search for that image. I think we don't have that image. This is the image. Okay, so we don't have this image also. Okay, so this is not also. So I will give you all of these images in the, let me copy this, save this. Now you can just go here and upload. Okay, like this. Select. Now we can place this in the start. Okay, let's go here. Here you can see. Now we can make this like this. Okay, and here we can make this at the start. Okay, so you can just, I will show you how to fix this. You can see here we have this copyright also. So let's add the copyright first. Okay, here like this. So we can just go here. Here we can make everything in the like this. Okay, so we have to use the space between. Here we can just use this. Then here we can just add the copyright. Here we can write copyright 2025 flavor lock. All right is up. We can use the icon. We can make this white. And then we can increase the size of this. Okay, let's try to publish this. Okay, I think we have some issues here. Okay, let's see it close. I will show you how to fix that. This is some Elementor version issue, I think. So for that, let's make this first. Okay, so let's make this first. So now we have to add this at the top. So we can just go here, and this is the footer. Below we can name this. Okay, now we can just add a new container. Just add a new container. Here, this is the main container. We can make this above, and here we can name this footer top. Like this. Now this here you can see we can make this 1400 like this. Remove all of these paddings. Here we gonna add inside one more container. Okay, and this is the main, and here we can just make this everything remove this black. You can make this black also. If you see gonna see here, now you can see we have to make this 4 For making this 4, we can just add the containers here. So this is the one. Remove all of this padding. This 2, here 3, and this is the 4. This is the 2, this is 3, and this is the 4. Here this main. Okay, like this. Now we can put some padding here like this. So you can see here we have the height option. So let's put the height of 300. Now let me show you. This is, you can see the layout is little bit similar. Okay, I think, and you can see for the footer top we can use the 1300 value also. If you want, you can just increase and decrease the size here. Okay, now you can see we have this first grid. Then go to this, and here let's add the heading. Let's add the heading. Okay, here we're gonna write about us. Okay, and we can make this in the center. Okay, and here also we can add from the left side 60, and then from the right side don't need it because we're gonna use the flex for that. Okay, so here you can see, let's make this. Let's make this, and here what we can do, we can just make this here we can just make this like this. Okay, now we can just add here text here. Okay, you can see we can, okay, this is messed up. Now let's remove this. Here we can just okay, I think this is not going inside this. We just place it. So this is the use. This is why we have to use the structure. So you can see structure. That's why we use that. Here we can make this white. Now we have to put this social icon. So let's see this also. So we can use this social icon. Okay, you can see we have this type of social icon. Then you can also edit like this. You can just add it here like Instagram. Okay, like this. Here also we can just go here choose the custom. Here we can make this like here we can make this white, and this we're gonna make this like this, little bit darker. Okay, and here we can just go here we can make this square. Here we can make this 10. Okay, now we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, and here we can just increase and decrease the size. Here we can just go to here we can make this theme red and this white icon. However, we can add this grow. Okay, and here we can just go here, put this 40. Okay, so let's save this. Okay, this is not showing that thing. I think there is some Elementor version issue. So now you can see we have this main, right? And what we can do, we can just add the main some like height. We can give this some height like 450. Okay, now you can see if I go to the style, here we can see we have the shape divider. At the top we can use this like we are using what we are using this page. So let me, okay, so this is, you can see this is looking good. I think we can decrease the height of this. We can just play it here. Okay, we have to add this little bit less like this. Okay, this is good. Now you can see we have this main. This is this. Now for this we can make this in the center like this. You can see, so this we have here, we have to just put the 30, and this is 30 also, or we can put this 40. In the bottom also we can put the 40. Now we have to add this line. So for adding the line, what we can do, we can just choose the divider solid, and in the right side we can add this one and just make this little bit like this, so it will be visible. Now you can see this is visible now. So this is done. Now let's add this explore. Okay, now we're gonna copy this, we can put it here, and the name of this is explore. Okay, let's do one thing. We can make everything in the start. We cannot make everything in the center. Now you can see in this is that you can see we can make everything in the start. Okay, similarly we can go to the second one. So let's put some height to all these boxes. So in the one we can put 300. Okay, for the second one also let's try to put 300. This is good. Now for the third one also we can put the 300. So you can see, give the height to these boxes 300. Okay, now you can see we have this 40 bottom, so we can go here and we can do the same 40 to the top, 40 to the bottom, so it will be in the same height. Then here also 40 to the top, 40 to the bottom. Here also we're gonna go this, here at the top, 40 to the top, 40 to the bottom, like this. You can see. Now we have to add this now we can search for the list here. Now let's search for the list here. Here we're gonna decrease, means remove. Here also now we can write it here home. Okay, now we can add some menus, like here we can add the about. Okay, here also we can put this services. Okay, in this way you can just name it here. Okay, all these things. Now we can make this text and we can make this white. Okay, and on the hover we can make this red. So when you hover you can have this color. Also you can just put the spacing between this, like this. Okay, like this everything is looking good. Here we can put some gaps to this 40. Okay, here also we can give some gaps, like okay, here also we can just go here, put the gap of 40. So you can see this is little bit aligned equally. You can also align this. Okay, this is looking good. Now you can see we have this contact info, so we can just copy this again and put it here, and this will say contact info. For this we're gonna use the icon box. Let's try to use the icon box here. Okay, and here we can use the frame. This would be square, stacked. Okay, square. Okay, we can use the rounded also. Okay, now we can just go here. You can use whatever icon you want. Suppose you can see we have the map icon, so we can search for the map here. You can use so many map icons here. So let's me design this, like here we can make this red, here we can make this white, and we can make this like this. Okay, here also we can just remove this. Now we can just edit here, and we can just paste this like this. Here also we can make this in the center, and for the content we can make everything in the white. Okay, so this is the text content, make this white. Okay, and here also we can increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, here we can have the icon, and here we can just increase the size. Okay, now you can see this is done. Now we have to just duplicate this. Okay, and here also we can make this after the 30. Okay, I think this is looking good. Or we can just okay, so we can just put some gap below, like this. Okay, so this is done. Now let's publish this. Okay, so we are not getting that settings to choose where to display. Okay, so it is the bug from Elementor. Okay, then here we can have this newsletter. Then we can see we have this join now. So for that text we need this. You can go here. Okay, and here we can just write this join our newsletter. Okay, here we can just go to the case and write this. Now we can use the form here. Then add the form. Here we can only use the email. Okay, we can make this medium. Buttons also we can use the medium. Here the button will say subscribe. Okay, we don't want to show the labels, and also we don't want to show this field color, so I think we can make this white. Okay, the white is looking good. We can make this, and for the button color we can use the red here. Okay, for the field we can make this smaller, and for the button also we can make this smaller. Okay, this is looking good. Now we have to put the gaps between this. You can see we have this main container here. Now here we can put the gap. Right, we can put the gap of 60. Okay, we can reduce the gap like 40 or 30. Now you can see we have this one. So let's give this like here you can see we have 1 2 3 4. So let's give this 40, then rest 20 20 20. Okay, so let's give this 40, and for this we're gonna give the 20. For this also we're gonna give the 20, and for the last one also we're gonna give the max width. You can see this is looking good. I think we can give this to 30 only, and the last one 10 can give this to. Okay, I'll give this 30. So I think this is 30, and this is also 30 60 70 80 90 100. This is good. 20 is good. Let's give this to this only 30. Only we have to go here and here, and here we can just make this custom value like this. Okay, so this is looking good. Save and close. Let me show you how to make this visible. Let's go to the template again from here, and from here you will see here we have this. Open this. Here we can see, we have this option edit conditions. Here you can see entire site, then save and close. Now we can just go here and just if I go below, you can see we have the footer fully working here. Okay, this is looking good. And now we can just go to the fourth part, and here we can just add the padding in the right, like you can add 40. Okay, you can see here we can also make this little bit bigger if you want. We can increase the size of this to 1400. Okay, so you can adjust according to you. Okay, this is looking good. Here if you want we can make this 35. Here let's make this 30. Let's make this also 30. Now if I see, you can see this is looking good, I think. Okay, so you can just play according to you. Okay, so you can just feel free to play. Here you can see in the left side also we can put 30. So like this, save and close. I think we have this now. To go below, you can see, so this is not here. Entire site, save and close. Okay, now let's refresh. If I go below, you can see we have this. Only we have to put this below. For that we can just go to the footer top here, choose the EM value, and here we can make this to below. Okay, here for the Z index we can give this 10. Okay, we are on the top of this, then we can just make it below. Okay, we can make this below. Here also for the footer below, you can see for the footer below we can have this height very less, so we will make this less. Also we can go here, and here we can change the custom value. Okay, and this also we can make this below, like at the end, so like this. So I hope you understand how to make this type of things. So again we have to go here. So this is some fucking problem with Elementor. I think we have to figure out this. So after that So you can just go here and see, you can see this is footer is also looking at, and our this footer really takes the time, but that's how you can make this type of designs. Okay, so now let's move to the final part where we're going to build the header. Okay, so for making the header, you can see we have this at the top here. So for making the header, what we can do, we can just again scene builder. First we have to make some menus, so let's go to the menus, and here we're gonna make some menus like final menu, header, create menu. Okay, then we can put this. Now you can see we have the home, about, menu, testimonial. So we can write here home, about, menu, and we can also write this menu, testimonials, blogs. Here we can write testimonials, blogs. Here we can add this contact. Say the menu. Now we can just go to the header and we can add a new header. Okay, now you can see. Now you can see we have this header here. Let's wait for it. Here also we can just add there two section, like okay, one section only. Here we can name this header. Here we can have 1400. Here we can make this white. Then here you can see we have the motion effect. Here we can make this sticky at the top. Okay, so when you scroll, this will be sticky. Now we can just go here and we can just add this here. Here you can see we have the flavor loft. Okay, now you can see this, we can make this 11. Here we can have the WordPress menu. Here we can make everything in the center. Okay, now you can see we have to make this. So for that we can just go here and we can make this in the uppercase. Okay, we can just increase, improve the size of this. Here we can just change the lato. Okay, and here we can just make this color. Okay, here also we can have this background, and this will be sweep right like this. Okay, so here are so many options, you can just choose it from here. Here we can make this center, this is a full width. Okay, now you can see here in this you can put the vertical padding to this, and also we can put the spacing between. Okay, and here also we can put the spacing to this like this. Now you can see we have this vertical padding here, so we can just decrease the padding like this. Okay, so this is looking good. We can also save and close. Okay, so for that now you can see we have this reservation button. So for that what we can do, we can just go to the top, and here we can just copy this. Okay, here we can just paste this, and here we can just make this like this. Okay, like this. Now let's publish, even close. So we are not getting that display condition here, I don't know why. There is some Elementor issue. Now for fixing that we have to just use this option now. So just go here, and here you will see we have this header. Just go here, and here in the display condition choose the entire side and save and close from here. Now you can just go here and refresh the website. You can see after refreshing we have this at the top. This is looking good. I think we have the okay borders here, so that's why it is looking some difference. You can just go here and put a border and just check that. You can also change the font here. Okay, this is looking good, I think. Now let's publish. Okay, don't choose that here. Here we can just see. Okay, here we have to choose in the entire side, save and close. Now let's go here. Now let's refresh. You can see now this is working. So our header is also working. Now let's move. So our whole website is done. Now let me show you how you're gonna do the mobile responsiveness and add some animations. So now you can see that here with the desktop version is already done. Now let me show you. You can see when I hover on this, you can see there here we have the transparent color. But okay, so this is looking good. Now we have to make the Now let me show you how to put the animation in your website. Okay, so for putting the animation, let's delete all of this. Okay, let's delete this. Now for putting the animation, I will show you that how to put the animation. Suppose we want to put the animation in this, so what we can do, suppose we want to put here, so you can put the animation anywhere, like the heading or in the widgets or in the containers. So you can just go here, then we can go to the motion effect. Here you can see we have the entrance animation, so here we can search for the animation. So here you can see we have the zoom in animation. We can go to the, we can make the animation speed fast like this 50. Then we can go to this. Here we have the motion effect. Here we can also have the entrance animation, slide in up, so like this, and we can make it also fast 100. Now we have to put the animation in this. Suppose we want to, now you can see inside this we have this one container, and inside this we have the left and right. So let's put the animation in the left side, so it will come from the left side. Like we can have this from the slide in left like this. Okay, and this will come after. So always increase the this. So here we have entered the 5 delay time, then we have 100, then here we can put the 150. Okay, and in the right section we can put the delay time to 200. So this will come from the right side like this. Okay, we can make this come from the right side like this, and this will come after 200 milliseconds. Okay, so in this way, so let's publish. Now let me go here and we're gonna refresh this, and after refreshing you can just go here. You can see if I go to this section, where is that section where we have put the animation? So this is the section. So now let me show you that if I go below, you can see the animations are working here. Okay, so in this way we can do the animation. Now let me show you the mobile part of this. So for that we have to just go to this. Here you can see we have this. So we have to do the mobile part one by one. Suppose we are on the hero slider. So here you can see we can go to the carousel. Inside this we have the slides, then inside this we have the containers. So here we can make this 400. Okay, then inside this also we have this image. Okay, so here we can put okay, so here you can see in the hero slider we can put some padding, like we can put the 20 like this. We can put the 10 also. Okay, like this is done. Similarly we can go to the slide 2. Here also we can make the height 400. Okay, that's all, looking good. Now we can go to the about part. Here you can see, here we can make this 60 to the top, 20, 60 and 20. Here we can just go here, and here we can make the 50. Here we can make this custom full width. Okay, and here we can just make this 30, 35. Okay, this is looking good, everything is looking good. Then we have the menus here. So Elementor will make the responsive part itself, but you have to just tweak little things, and this is also similar for the tablet. Okay, here we can do this 40, 50, 60. Okay, like this. And this also you can just copy and paste this, like or we can just go here we can put the 35. We can make this custom full width. Okay, so in this way this is already animated. Okay, this is looking good. And now we can go here we can just make this 60, 20, 60 and 20 like this. Here we can just go to this, and here we can just make the size to 40, 50. Okay, and here we can make the full width. So here we can make everything in the center like this. Here also we can make everything in the center, and this we can make this full width, and this would be 40 also. Okay, you can try these fonts. So this is done. Now let's publish. Here also we have to do the same steps. Just go here, just add it here, 60, 20, 60 and 20. And now you can also put this here 40. अब देखो माई वहां के बाहर उसको लेकर आओ रोहित. Here we can make this 40. We can make this full width. Okay, so here you can see this is good. You can just place it anywhere you want, like you can place it in the center also. Okay, so it depends on you. I think this is looking good as like this only. Here you can just place it like this. Okay, place it like this. So you can just place it according to wherever you want. Place it like this. Okay, so in this way you have to just do it. This is already done. Here we can make it 60, 20, 60 and 20. Here we can make this 40, 55. Here we can make the full width. Here we can also make this full width. Okay, now you can see we have this, and if I see, we can make this full width, or we can use the custom value. Okay, and we can also, let's suppose we can make this like this. Okay, and here you can see we have this I think we have this CTA button main, so we can just go here, and here we can add the 600 value. Let's see. Okay, so I think we have this second image, that's why it is going to the top. Make it 0. Okay, this is looking good. You can make this let's make this like this. Okay, you can just play here by using the minus value, and this is how you can put the top little bit. Okay, and also we can increase the size of this. Okay, like this. So you can play in the mobile version. You can see, let's publish this. Now we have this. Here also we can 60, 20, 60 and 20. Here also we can make this into the font size. Okay, then we can have this second one. Here we have the inner one. We can make this 0, and here we can make this 20. Okay, this is done. Here as you can see we have the happy clients. Here we can make this 60, 20, 60 and 20, and here also we can make this 80. Here we can make this in the full width. Okay, so this is automatically responsive, you can see. Then we have the news and blog section. Remove this. 60, 20, 60 and 20. Make it as 80. Here we can make this. Here we can also have this 40. Okay, so here we can have this 220. Date box we can make this to 0. Here we can make this to like this 100. Okay, and here now we can just go here at this EM value. Okay, and here you can see we have this second container, and here we can make this 0. Similarly we can do this for second. So what we can do, we can just go to the second one, delete this, and we can duplicate this. So it will automatically have the all those things. Just go here and you can replace the image like this. Okay, just change the content. So this is done. Now you can see we have this slider here. You can see we can scroll that. So how to remove that? We just go to the page setting, go to advanced, and here add a property body overflow X hidden. So it will be hidden. You can see the scroll is gone. Now we have to just go here. Okay, so you can see our whole mobile responsiveness is also done. Okay, so I hope you understand how to make this type of videos. I think our footer part is left, sorry for that. Let's go here and do the footer responsive also. We have the footer. Now you can see we have the footer here. Okay, so now we can try this. You can see we have this, here have this, so we can try this 20. Okay, we can give this 10, and you can see this is looking good. Now you can see we have this here, the top one. This is the main. Now we can put some, I think we have to put some padding. Let's try some padding here. 100. Okay, so we can put the padding here. Go to 1. Here we can try this 20. Then we can go to this. Here we can also give the 20. Okay, just go here. Here we can give the 20. So this is like this, so we can just make this left line. Make this left line. Here you can replace this content. Okay, just add the phone number and all. And here we can just go here. Okay, so this is done. Now you can see we have the filter below. So we can just put it here 40. Here we can also put that 40. So this is looking good. Okay, now let's publish. Now if I go here, now if I go to the mobile part, you can see if I go below, you can see all the sections are fully responsive. Let's go and check our footer. So you can see our footer is also responsive here. You can see this is looking good. Now let me show you the how to do the mobile part for this header. Let's go to this. Sorry, I have some cold, guys. Here you can see we are here. Go to this header, and here we can put this to 10. Okay, let's put this, increase the custom size of this like this. Here we can put the 100. And here you can see you have the toggle button red, and this is white. Okay, and here also we can make this black, and this is white on hover like this. Then we have this color drop down. Here we can put this red, white, red, and this is white. Okay. Then we have the this distance. We can just add the distance here like this. You can see. Okay, now let's publish this. I think there we have the button also. So for the button, we can hide this button in the here. We can just go to the responsive, and we can just hide from the tablet and like this. Let's publish. I think our whole website is done now. So let me show you that final time. So you can see this is looking good here. Okay, this is looking good. Only our one thing is left, that it is not going to the respective section. So for that is very simple. Let me show you how. Go here. You can see here you have the CSS ID about menu here. So we have to just put that CSS ID. Suppose we want to put that in the about. So if you put this in the about CSS ID, same. You can put here about like this. Suppose also we have here menu. Okay, so we can put this in the menu. Like we can go here. Here, and here in the CSS ID we have the menu. Okay, now let's try to publish this. Now let me show you here, and here you can see. Now you can see when I click on the about, it will take it to the about, and similarly for the menu. Okay, and similarly for this menu, and in the same way you can do it for type. Okay, so I hope you understand how to make this type of awesome website. And also I have this scroll to top button. If you want to do that also, you can just go to the plugin section, and we have to add a plugin first. So let's search for the plugin. Okay, here we can search for the WP front. Let's search for it. Here we can install this plugin. Okay, then we can install this plugin. Let's wait for it to install. I hope my internet connection is working fine. Okay, now let's activate this. And you can see here we can enable this. Here we have auto hide feature. Don't want to show on the menu, means in the admin panel. Here you can choose so many icons. Let's choose this red one. Here you can also choose the custom icon. Just go to the media library and upload here in medias. Then you can choose that icon also. Now let's refresh the final time. Okay, just replace all of this content, and now you can see this is working. This is also going to their respective section. Okay, and this is also working, and our mobile part is also working, slider is also working, so everything is done. So I hope you understand how to make this type of awesome website using the Elementor and the WordPress. If you find this video a little bit fast, you can watch it in the 0.5x speed please. And if you want to buy this kit, all the links are in the video description. Do check it out. Also, please support us. We make this type of awesome videos regularly. These videos takes very much effort to record and make, so I hope you gonna support me. And if you're new to our channel, like and share our videos with your friends, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna see you next time.